Hi there, I'm Johanna Lee, and today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite hacks for being efficient when you are moving between files on your computer. So, I just started a new job, and one of the big things that has crossed my mind is version control. So, you have multiple versions upon multiple versions, and then depending on the person, you'll have multiple files and multiple folders under multiple folders. And so, kind of when it comes down to it, and when you are really preparing that final deliverable, a frequent task that will be asked of you is to do a compare if the task is in Word. So, for example, I have on my screen right now a message from last year called Hello World 2021. And so, wouldn't you know it, I have a new message for 2022 that I want to compare to. And so, usually when you're working with multiple files in V1, V2, V10, I have a file at work called V21. So, it's been stressful, I would say that. So what can happen though is that you don't really know where that file is on your computer. And before you kind of throw your computer in the lake or restructure all your files, you'll likely have at least, the file location up of those two things that you want to compare. And so when you click a compare in Word, like you do here, you click on the folder icon, and what will happen is it will pop up the last place that you search for a Word document. So in this case, the last place I searched was on my desktop. Oftentimes I use my desktop as kind of a inbox per se. Other people have different approaches, and so that's why I think this trick is so handy. So it opens up the desktop. And so it's opened right up to my first message, my one that I want to compare to. And then now my revised document, when I hit this file icon, what it's going to take me to is the last place that I looked for compare. And it'll do that every single time. And so instead of, clicking through all of your folders, what you'll likely have up is your file explorer for the two places that you are looking. And so what you can do, which is again, one of my favorite hacks ever. It was taught to me by Vic, if you ever watch this. But if you click on the side of the screen here, you can Control C and copy and Control V into your file explorer, and you can hit this go, and it'll take you right to that location. So the application I found that best uses this is Word compares, just because they're so prevalent. And so I can see, hey, the changes that I made are that I changed it to 2021 to 2022. So at any rate, I think that this is a great hack. It can also just be really handy if you don't know where the file is. And so you control and find it every single time. So I'm already here, so it's going to give me that message. Another thing to really take into note, and why this was really life-changing at my old job, is because what we were able to do is when we shared files that were dependent on a file location, what we did is we bypassed our username. So as you can see, when you click into any file that's on your computer, you're going to see your specific username. And so if I send an automation or any type of workflow to a colleague, they're not going to have my file path and my user ID. And so it'll fail if they just try to run as is. And so, from an adoption perspective, what you're really going to want to do is make it as easy as possible for them to see kind of the hard work that you did. And so this is also really handy in that scenario where you can kind of see where you need to go backwards in order to store those automation files. But at any rate, the hack really is to just click into a file explorer and kind of quickly navigate to a new location. So, if I'm in my documents, I can click here and go back to my desktop as quickly as that. So I use this quite often when I'm on my PC, and I think everyone needs to know about it. So I really hope you found this helpful, and until next time.